Hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I wanted to do a exercise on attunement using the breath to attune. So I'm going to go ahead and just jump right in with guiding the exercise. So if you are interested in doing an exercise right now, great. Let's do it together. If not, you can go ahead and pause the video or save it for later and something for you to explore when you have the correct time and space. All right, so as we get into this attunement, this is an attunement exercise. This is about specifically whenever you've been triggered, maybe not what you would do in the moment, although if you're able to remove yourself, if you find that you're going through, your nervous system, your breath, your emotions are starting to explode, or just starting to simmer, sizzle a little more than you would like, and you're able to remove yourself from a situation, then this is a great exercise for once you remove yourself. If you are not able to remove yourself and um, hopefully things don't escalate too much, but for you to do then in your morning routine, this is something that I embrace every day in my morning routine. It's how I start off every single meditation or every single connection process. It's how I attune to myself in the beginning. So I recommend this on a daily basis. I think it sets the energy and it helps to kind of just quickly set your energy and help you to explore honestly. And then from here, you can move into other exercises. But at least the you get the body, the mind, and the energy field focused on coherence and transformation. And that's what this exercise is about. So we have kind of an attunement process, a presence coming into radical presence. Then we have a kind of curious exploration of the energy of what is occurring, and then we're setting up the energy for transformation. A reminder that something is occurring, some kind of transformation is always, anytime that we are triggered, so to speak, it is an opportunity for inner transformation. There's learning that is occurring. Okay, so let's jump right in. First thing that you're going to do for attunement is that the breath wants to do its own thing. The breath wants, if it's feeling something, it wants to express itself. And so I do not recommend that you go straight into calming breaths. First, release. And you'll find people do this pretty intuitively, especially like new meditators. So that would be like, right? Like the, this is a great sound. When you kind of fog in your throat, push it out quickly. Roll your neck. Use the voice. Activate the voice. Move the lips, move the mouth, roll the shoulders a little bit. You want to use a little bit of your voice, use a little bit of that breath a little more aggressively. Okay, and what you're doing in this moment is you're saying, I'm here. I'm allowing myself to experience or to feel into what I'm actually feeling. So before I start calming things down, before I start transforming, I'm not going to bypass. I'm going to deal with what the body, where the body, the mind, and the breath really is in this moment. All right, so it's like shaking it off. Okay, then we're going to go into something that's called an ujjayi breath in yoga. This is something that you may do actually naturally. Maybe you've been taught this before. Maybe you've just engaged it on your own. I intuitively did the ujjayi before I ever knew what it was from yoga. Which is always interesting. So we find these things, we find these techniques ourselves. Our body knows what to do. So all that we're doing is kind of reinforcing that and validating, right? Validating that your body knows what to do and committing to doing it. So the ujjayi breath is a throat constriction, and they also call it ocean breath, so we'll kind of give a visual for that. I want you to think of closing off, the throat area when you are exhaling and inhaling, but the sound is similar to what I made earlier. It's like you're cleaning glasses, right? So your sunglasses, and you do that. Okay, that sound. This provides excellent breath control. You'll find it soothes the nervous system really quickly. Right? We're going to use this breath in an explorative way. Once you make this sound, in yoga, we would keep the breath in the nostrils. Okay, so that would mean that you close the mouth. And I'm not sure if you can hear on the video, but you're going to inhale, making that same sound, and exhale, making that same constriction in the throat through the nose. So let me see if I can get close enough to make that sound. Okay, so I'm not sure if you could hear that. I'm hoping you could. But essentially, I'm making that same sound, only I am breathing in and out through my nose. And if you want to open your mouth, play with it, do your own thing, of course, do so. But maybe in the beginning, try it this way and see how you feel. Okay, so there's that inhale and exhale with that throat constriction, which is going to give you a lot of breath control. And immediately, it's unbelievable how fast it works on your system. Right? You're going to have the inhale, and I want you to think of the ocean, think of the wave being pulled back. And the exhale, the wave has formed. Notice if you're holding your breath, the wave forms, and you exhale, the wave comes forward. And that's going to immediately start to work on your system. The ujjayi breath, the ocean breath in yoga, but also don't need to be practicing yoga. It's an intuitive breath. It's intuitive breath work. It is going to start to calm your system. You're going to be able to pay much closer attention to what you are experiencing and begin to attune to yourself. Okay? So again, let's go through step 1. Let the energy move. Use a little bit of your voice. Use the breath a little bit aggressively if it needs to be. Just be in the truth of whatever the emotional experience is. Engage your body a little bit if you need to. All right? So you're kind of just shaking it off. All right. Then I want you to start to play with the ujjayi, okay? And you're going to close your eyes and come in. What we're doing with this ujjayi breath as we start to engage very consciously with this breath is I want you to think of your energy field coming back to you, okay? You're calling it back, you're steadying it, you are centering it, you are coming into a still, coherent field. And from this stillness now, we can do a lot of things. But first we need to come into a still field. Right? And then if you want, so these are other teachings. I play with them. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I offer them right now as just options. When you touch certain parts of the body, you bring attention to certain parts of the body. So if you're experiencing a particular pain, if you want to send your breath there, if you want to bring your awareness there, if you want to better understand something, you can use touch to help to move the energy, to move the consciousness a little bit faster. Otherwise, generally speaking, if we're talking about connection, embodiment, attuning, we want to be in the heart. So you can always gently touch the heart. Okay? You're going to come into the heart and continue with that deep ujjayi breath. As you go through that breath, to start to explore whatever it is, whatever feelings in the body, in the energy field. Think of, you want to start inside of the body itself, but then you can even bring your awareness a little bit outside, about 2 to 3 feet outside of your body. Feel around, just explore, use the breath to explore everything within you and a little bit outside of you. Send the breath, send that ujjayi breath wherever it needs to go. Wherever you're feeling tension, send the breath so that it can release a little bit of that tension. Then we're going to start to engage in a transformation process. Okay? A transformation process. And all of this is happening. We're not trying not to get into our brains, try not to analyze what's going on, what happened, why you're upset about whatever it is that occurred. We're not there yet. That can be in a later stage of contemplation. Many other exercises for kind of getting to the root of something. First, we just need to attune and bring our energy, still our field, and bring the energy and the awareness and the driver, bring the driver back into the heart. All right? And what we're going to do in this next part is also start to set up the energy, humbly preparing for transformation. Because anytime we are transforming every day, new things are happening to us every day. No matter how far along we are in our spiritual journey, in our embodiment, no matter what is going on, because there's a lot of interference in our environment. We are constantly going through new initiations. We are constantly being pulled into other people's fields. And I always remind myself, it's the moment that you think you don't need to do this that you get caught in something. So no matter where we are, we're continuing to consciously attune every day and consciously clean and kind of humbly prepare for a transformation process. So with that same ujjayi breath, the alchemical mantra that I use that came to me in my own meditative reflections when I was playing with sound and sound cues were coming is called Sinya. Okay, so I'm going to teach Sinya, but you, as you go through your own journey, anything that is similar, use it. If it works for you, if there's something else that you connect with more, as long as you're kind of getting the base of, this kind of core concept, then whatever sound, whatever word, however it expresses for you is how it's going to express for you. So I'm just going to teach you Sinya, okay? Sin is an exhale. Sin is related to the purification process. So I'm not necessarily saying the word, I'm just reminding myself that this happens. Sin is the ability to go within and to see within that is unseen. I am acknowledging ignorance. I am acknowledging that there are things within myself, within my field, within this reality, within this cosmos that I do not understand. Right? So it's a humbling. There are things within me that are powerful, beautiful, that I need to embody, things that that maybe I'm not aware of, that I'm going to connect to and I'm going to be able to use in my empowerment journey that is a part of my creative essence. There are many beautiful things in that darkness. I have a power in that darkness, but there's a lot of junk. There's a lot of stuff in there, whether it's programs, my own anchors, karma, there's a lot of stuff going on that we need to purify and release so that we have a clean vehicle, so that we're clearing our energy field to receive something higher, to receive something that is clearer, so that we are able to, in this process, embody, act upon, be our higher energy. So the sin is the exhale, okay? And that is reminding the self of purification, reminding the self of all that is unconscious and unseen, of acknowledging that if I'm going through that I always have layers of self, layers within my energy, parts of my body, my behavior, my habits. There are always things that can be released, that every day I may be asked to release, to sacrifice, to purify just a little bit more. And I am humbly, with my breath, acknowledging that. Okay, and then ha is your inhale. Ha is coming into the heart center. It's entering from the top and coming into the heart center and into the body so that I can embody, be guided by, be reminded, take in new codes, new information, the higher parts of myself, greater awareness. I could say connect more with divine creation law, connect more with that is sacred, connect more with that we call, some might call God or source, the higher aligned energy, Christ consciousness. Okay, that's what we are connecting and breathing in, seeing what we are releasing and creating more space within the body. Ha, inhale, more strength, more support, more light codes, information, alignment, information on sacred law and how to act, how to take action from the heart, from a higher intuitive intelligence that is connected to a more aligned sacred law, divine will. Put in the blank whatever it is that you feel most comfortable with. I think that we all recognize that there is something quote unquote higher that we connect to. So whatever word, however way you feel most comfortable describing that, use that for now. Okay, so seen is purification, the ability to see that is unseen, to clear, to create space, to exhale, to release, to forgive. Ha, inhale. Higher guidance, more harmonic truths. Again, sacred law, divine will, divine guidance, intuitive intelligence. Okay? Ha, inhale. Exhale, seen. Inhale. And this, now we are creatively using the breath to attune, to clean, to humble, to receive strength, to receive guidance, to receive clearer action, and to acknowledge that transformation is occurring, to create an intentional space for that transformation to occur today in that moment. Before I close this, we'll just walk through one more time, step by step. First, use the breath, use a little bit of the body, use your voice, play Be truthful about whatever it is that you're experiencing. Let it go. Let it express. Let it be seen. Let it be felt. All right. And Ujjayi breath. Inhale through the nose, restricted throat, ocean, current moving out into the wave. Exhale, wave comes forward, crashes. Use the breath to calm the system, explore what's happening in the body. Clear the fields, send the breath to any place that has tension, that has a darkness, that has a constraint of some sort. The breath is love. It is sending, it is a healing force that's being sent throughout the body and throughout your field. Use it that way. Use it that way consciously. And finally, the reminder, the conscious to begin that transformation process, that humility that is required in order to act from and empower integrity. Seen, exhale, purifying, releasing. There are things about myself, my energy field. There are weights, there are anchors. There is emotion that no longer serves me. There's a narrative that no longer serves me. I am aware of that. I'm not trying to figure out what it is yet. I'm just acknowledging that it exists, seen. In purification, Inhale into the heart center, higher truth, higher guidance, higher self. Strength to act upon higher guidance, light, bringing light to that is unseen. Inhaling into the heart. Exhaling, purifying, releasing everything that doesn't serve you, that doesn't serve a highest timeline for yourself and for all beings. And that is the Sin Ya alchemical breath, how we can use breath to creatively explore ourselves and to start a transformation process. Of course, there are endless exercises that we can do, but I really love this. Is very basic. This is something that I feel can help with that immediate attunement on a daily basis, that can be brought into a daily practice in exactly this form or in some way that you want to use it. So I hope that there's some awareness, there's something that in this sharing that maybe can help your own daily practice, that you can incorporate in some way or just use as necessary, hopefully on a daily basis. All right, love and strength to you all. Have a great week.